You're not putting it in there. So we're not doing that.
Well, I've done it.
No, we're not doing it.
I'll do it like this.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing it. We're not. I'm not kidding.
What are you talking
We're
about?
not
I got to see
We
and show.
are not doing that.
I got to see and show. It's William Page.
You gotta see and show? What the f does that mean?
I got to see it so I can show it. You know.
No, I don't want to do it like this, or I'm gonna bow out.
No, you're not going to bow out. All right.
I have to give the bow.
Here we go. All right, guys.
Bow.
Viewers rides.
Bow.
No. Here is our first.
Get off my hand!
Tomatoes. WOLFTICK Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again another WOLFTICK Videos episode. We are glad you are here because on today's episode we are fixing to break down what you guys, the WOLFTICK Nation, decided on Project Veronica Corningstone back here.
So if you don't like what was decided, it's on you.
Yeah, because you had a say. Everybody had a say, so everybody that went out and voted, thank you guys so much. And this is the build.
You could have campaigned.
Yeah, made some signs. Anyway, so you guys got to decide and are going to get to decide a lot of parts that go on this build. And let's go ahead and open it up and show you guys what you decided on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be installing the Raceface Turbine Bar. Now, this right here was kind of a blowout.
I guarantee you that won't be the first thing we install.
Well, it's not going to be the first thing we install, but this is the 725 Raceface.
That one was the blowout.
Yeah, Raceface Turbine Bar was sent to us by John T. So, John T., thanks again, and WOLFTICK Nation.
And
I'm looking forward to this bar.
You're excited about that.
I am. Something shorter. Yeah, the second thing that we've got on the board is going to be the Pro Honsun stem.
That was close.
Yeah, this one here was very close.
That and the wake, really close.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if everybody knows this, but something that's interesting is on Project Ron Burgundy, our other Ardor, that bike actually has a wake stem on it. It doesn't say wake, but it's a wake stem. When I ordered it, it says wake, and the reason it doesn't is because it has that really ugly paint job on it. You know what I'm saying?
Like
but everybody was always wanting to know, like, oh, what's the, you know, how long does it hold up? Is it any good? We've used those on this channel. They're very budget, and they've held up, you know, thus far. So.
Have we had a stem fail yet?
Not yet.
No,
I mean, we've had little failures, fingers crossed. But anyway, so we're going with the Pro Honsun stem, right? And nothing wrong with the wake stem. And, give me a drum roll.
Oh.
Here she is.
Yeah.
Now, who would have thought the SUNTOUR EPIXON 120 millimeter travel fork would have been going on Project Veronica Corningstone.
Yeah, who would have thought?
We had this one.
Who would have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? We had that where the ROCKSHOX Silver Judy, and I just knew...
TK, all that stuff.
I knew that fork was going to win, the ROCKSHOX. But apparently WOLFTICK Nation has spoken and said, no, we don't want the ROCKSHOX. We want the SUNTOUR. And there was
it wasn't a blowout. It was pretty close.
It was really close. But, I mean, those polls were going back and forth, back and forth. But I want to say the SUNTOUR stayed just this much ahead.
Initially, I think it was behind, then it got ahead, and I think it held its lead. It got slammed.
I was surprised, and I'm shocked that it's sitting back here on the table, and that's what we're going to be installing. Again, it is a straight steer tube. We're going to be installing and showing you guys what's up with the headset, right, and that little adapter that we always talk about. So we'll show you guys that in the install. And also on today's episode, we have got the long-awaited, everybody wanted it, we introduced it a while back. It is back. It's Viewers Rides. Yes.
Listen, this is my point on Viewers Ride. This is what I want to say real quick.
Nation, don't let us down.
Don't let us down, because I'm going to look at the numbers and I'm going to give him a bunch of crap. If our numbers, their viewer duration on this video is short, I'm going to give him a bunch of crap. I'm going to say, I told him there's a couple hundred people that like Viewers Rides. After that, I don't think it's really that popular.
Look, WOLFTICK Nation, I campaigned with Wolfman over here, so let's bring it back for the summertime. Let's bring it back. You guys have all been asking about, so we've got 4 awesome rides.
Because you're a people pleaser.
I am. We've got 4 awesome rides, or 4 different people with some different bikes, ranging from the late 80s to 2022. So we've got some awesome stuff coming up, so make sure you guys don't fast forward. Comment on some of those guys' rides and show them a little bit of love, WOLFTICK Nation love. Once we get done doing the build, we are going to be giving you guys another selection on what's going to be going on Veronica Corningstone next. So make sure you guys stick around.
Yes,
and then we'll get to Viewers Rides, and then we'll do the outro. Something like that. Yeah. Don't use the timestamps. Please, just watch the video from start to finish. Don't use the timestamps, guys. Show us some love here. Use
the timestamps. Skip around. It cuts that view duration right down.
Alright, guys. So the first thing we're going to look at is using this. We have a Risk headset on this bike, and I believe this is like a It's either the 55 or the 56 to 44 millimeter. And again, Keo's MTB Adventures sent us this bike, and the headset was already set on this, right? So we're going to have to use the adapter because obviously this fork's got a 28.6 millimeter steer tube. Now, this is the weird thing, and it's strange to be for this. And it works, the adapter does, but it's always something wrong with it.
I can't stand them. I've been on record for a while saying I don't like the adapter.
Well, yeah, it's just a different setup, and it's really weird, but I'm going to explain it to you guys. This is for a crown race, or this is a crown race, and it's for a tapered fork, right? So you guys can see this here. Now, the cool thing about the Risk headsets, Jessica headsets, a lot of the budget ones come with the adapter. Sorry, Jason.
Just let me sorry, Jason, for once.
Make it to where we can adapt a tapered to a straight steer fork, right, on a tapered head tube bike. So you can see here, this right here is going to set right up underneath and snap right in there, so it's nice and flush on the top and on the bottom. And, well, Wes Graves, we would use, look at that, it snapped right on there. So, Wes Graves, we would use your Crown Race setter back here, buddy, but
not needed.
Not needed, man. Let's be able to slide right over there.
Time.
And like I said, the big issue is just this sits in the bottom bearing, and it just feels kind of funky with the straight steer.
I can't stand the way they need to really make a defined groove to sit in.
Yeah, it needs to make a defined groove to sit in, and there's not. But once we put that compressor ring on there, we're going to go ahead and see exactly if it feels really good or if it helps straighten out the whole procedure. And remember, this bike, well, not this frame, but Project Ron Burgundy, we used to have the ROCKSHOX Judy Silver TK on there, and that took some time to get the compression and all that correct to finally set it. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and stick this thing on Project Veronica Corningstone. Let's start it up. Alright, so we finally got the spacers figured out, I guess. I mean, this thing's got a plethora. It's got such a mixture of different bikes and parts on it. We've got some pink spacers, GT spacers, some carbon fiber spacers. We are a mess. But, you know, honestly, guys, the way it fit up in there after we added that compression ring on the top part, it's actually pretty smooth, and it doesn't feel as wonky as I thought it was going to. I'm really surprised.
I was tripping. Yeah, it's definitely not quite as wonky.
You guys can see that there? I mean, you can't feel it, obviously, but it's actually decently smooth. So we'll have to set the compression just a little bit more before we tighten down the stem. But right now, I'm actually pretty happy with it. Let's go ahead and set this bar in there. We'll get everything straightened out, and we'll go from there. Now, one of the guys I want to thank, it's going to be a tool we're going to use here in a second, is going to be old Ken Harrod. He sent us a torque wrench, right, and the little Park Tools book on that last mail time. Ken, thank you so much for that, and I'm going to be using that here shortly. And you guys might be seeing a little something with old Ken Harrod as far as his bikes are concerned with the viewers' rides coming up. Alright guys, well here she is, Project Veronica Corningstone. I gotta get used to that. Yeah. Hey, Nation, WOLFTICK Nation, I think you guys did an excellent job of picking the parts. I didn't think that the SUNTOUR EPIXON was going to look good on this bike, because the only thing we've had kind of the reference is the ROCKSHOX Judy Silver TK. That looks really good. Everybody was talking about that color combination.
Yeah, it looks,
yeah, just wait till we get some wheels on this thing. The Pro Honsun stem looks great. Raceface bars look excellent. John T. Rax, man, thank you guys for sending us both of those parts. And Ken Harrod, thank you so much for sending us that torque wrench, man. It's now going to allow me to not strip anything out. And we also got one from old Kevin Hodges. That one might be a separate video on.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna do a little tool
roundup or something. Yeah. Very interesting. So now, do you want to talk about the next choices for the WOLFTICK Nation? What they're going to be deciding on?
We appreciate you guys taking part of this one, and we need you on this next one so we can find out what we're going to do next.
All right, next, your guys' selection, right? Remember, you guys got to hit them polls up. Next selection is going to be pedals and the group
both
set.
Pedals of each? I think you just do one.
All right, I'm going to show both of them. All right, next going to be the group set, right? We've got a couple of group set options and pedals. Now you guys are going, what about the crank set? We've got a crank set that was sent to us. You guys are going to find out all about it next episode on this build.
There's some things they're not going to choose because we've only got one.
Yeah, but for the most part, the pedals that we're going to be deciding upon are going to be the Rock Bro pedals, right? And these were sent to us by our boy Kevin Hodges, one of our patrons.
Well, not only that, real quick, if some of you are going, what's going on here? What are we voting on? If you didn't see the first episode of this, go back and watch that, and then you'll know what we're doing.
WOLFTICK Nation's building it. All right, second pedal that we've got are the Raceface Ride pedals. Now, these ones here, I think they might have a little bit more life in them, guys. I mean, they're plastic. These were sent to us by Berserker Nick. And if you guys watch the GT Aggressor Pro update video, this is the one that we took off of the GT Aggressor Pro. Okay, these here are the Dido. I will go on with this ship.
No, go down.
Dido pedals that were sent to us by Keo's MTB, right? He sent us these pedals with when we bought the frame from him. So we've got this option. That's going to be another one. And last but not least, the pedals that we just took off the aluminum comp Berserker. These are the Raceface Chester pedals, guys. And now the only difference with these and the rides is the rides don't have these metal pegs like the Raceface Chester ones do.
Or pins or cleats.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them. So we definitely have some options here, 4 different ones. Make sure you guys are looking out in the polls. Let's go ahead and talk about the group sets.
The group sets.
All right, we ready for this one? Now, this one's going to be interesting. Let's talk about the one that's not going to have any options with it first, okay? So the first one that we have got is going to be the Microshift Acolyte group set. You guys have all seen the Acolyte. We've installed this thing on Laguna Pros,
for the price, you really can't beat it.
That's a very good budget 8-speed group set. Now, most of the time, you're going to run an 11 to 42 tooth or a 12 to 42 or a 12 to 46. But, yes, that's a chain stabilized version. Yeah. William Page sent us this, and he had this on his GT Aggressor Pro, and this is a Sunrace cassette. Apparently it works if you cross it over with that, and this is an 11 to 42. So if you guys want to vote for the Microshift Acolyte 8-speed group set on Project Veronica Corningstone, does have the chain stabilizer, very good group set. We believe in it. Make sure you guys hit the polls and vote on that one, okay? Now the second one, this here is the 12-speed group set that Berserker Nick sent us, and we swapped this out. It was on the comp Berserker. We swapped this out for the L2 that we now have on the comp Berserker. If you guys watched that video. So we're going to be either giving you guys the option with the SRAM 12-speed, right? And I forget what the cassette is on that. It's 11 to 50.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've also got the 11 to 52 tooth. 50 tooth.
So the SX shifter, derailleur, and 11 to 50 tooth cassette. So that'd be one option. And then we're going to go ahead. We have the... You're going to grab the NX shifter?
Yeah.
Because we had a little bit of shifting issues.
The problem with the SRAM is it shifted really hard and it was hard to stay tuned in all the time. So John T, he sent us this NX shifter, and he said he swapped his NX shifter out before. So then we thought, well, let's give the WOLFTIK Nation a couple of options here. So we've got the Microshift Acolyte group set, right? 8-speed. We've got the SRAM SX 12-speed group set, Eagle, all that good stuff, with the SX shifter, or do you guys want us to go ahead and try to get this thing dialed in with the NX shifter, the SRAM NX? So that's going to be 3 different options.
Is it bent?
It's supposed to be like that. So, WOLFTIK Nation, get out in them polls. They should be out here now or very shortly.
Yeah, I'll be releasing them. I'll release one with the video, then probably one every 15 minutes. Well, we'll only have, what, 2 polls?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll release them both 15 minutes.
Alrighty, so yeah, make sure you guys do not fast forward. We've got Veronica Corningstone back here. She's looking good. We appreciate WOLFTIK Nation deciding everything. Now, let's appreciate you guys a little bit more. Show Wolfman here. We're not going to be using timestamps. Let's do everybody's new favorite segment. Apparently, it's the, it was and now it is because it's back. It's Viewers Rides. Let's do this.
You guys better show us.
Please.
If you want to keep it, you guys show us the view duration.
You know who that is?
Yeah,
Man.
One of my favorites.
That's one of our patrons. That's our boy. That's William Page, baby. Yes. So, William Page, homeboy from Georgia. Now, this is his 2022.
Has probably the greatest WOLFTIK videos wardrobe.
I know. Every time homeboy sends us a picture, he's got a different WOLFTIK video shirt on. And what's cool about him is he gets those shirts to match his ride. So, guys, this is his 2022
likes to be coordinated.
Common Call Metal HT mountain bike. Now, I think it's a 27.5 because apparently he's used those tires off of his GT Aggressor Pro, which is a 27.5, right? Now,
it's got a pretty aggressive stance.
It does, and he built this thing from the frame up, right? He's got Whoa! He's got DD handlebar.
That's all, folks.
He's got DD handlebar 38mm rise bars with DD copperhead stem, Shimano SLX 4-piston hydraulic brakes, SRAM GX 32 tooth chainring with a dub crankset, of course. The SRAM GX 12-speed 10 to 52 tooth. He's got a Kind Integra 125mm dropper post with Maxxis DHF tire in the front and a Maxxis Aggressor in the rear, both 2.5 inches wide. That thing looks awesome. I love the color. He's got the stickers on that thing. So it's cool. William Page, being one of our patrons, sent us a whole bunch of messages while he was building this bike. And the most stressful thing that he had to deal with, and I feel you, dude. I've only done it a couple times, William, but is having to install all the internal routing. But he's got the big old ROCKSHOX pike up front. He says that thing, he's only ridden it a few times, but he says that thing is a monster. Like, he loves his GT Aggressor Pro. But this thing has definitely taken the spot of the GT Aggressor Pro, and he might be selling the GT Aggressor Pro. Really? Yes. Oh, man. But that's his new bike, man. That's his love. So, William Page, our patron, our boy from Georgia, thank you so much for, man, supporting us, supporting the channel, and sending in some of your bike pics. It's a beautiful ride. Next ride we got on. Yes. I know you, Berserker, all the old school guys out there, John Day. Man, Jamie H. Ford's gonna love this bike. That there is owned by Ken Harrod. Guy who just sent the bike tool. The torque wrench in the book. Anyway, you guys seen the tools they sent, but he sent some rides that he's got. Now, this one here is supposed to be a 1995 Pro Series GT Ken used to ride in the 80s, and he used to actually race BMX, right? So I guess he got rid of all of his GT bikes, and then Homeboy sold them off, and then he had a midlife crisis, so he bought a whole bunch of them back so he could ride with his kids, and this is his collection. Alright, so that one there is a 1996 GT Mach 1. That thing is freaking sweet, man. I would love to ride some, man.
You'd love to ride some?
I would love to ride some of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Now check that thing out.
Well, that's pretty cool too. Yeah. Heck yeah.
The white one, that is he thinks it's an early 90s or late 80s GT Performer. Yeah. That's got to be my favorite one. I love that chainring. Reminds me of something that Berserker would build. That angled seat, I don't know what you call that, the seat post. How it's like all kicked back, but you want to talk about something that's rad? That right there is freaking rad, man. Ken, I love your collection, and Ken's even got some GT mountain bikes. We're not going to show them on this episode, but might be one of the ones in the future. All right, now what does that look like there?
It looks like an XR Pro.
That there is Jason Derberry's XR Pro.
Oh, nice.
He says he's got.
I really like the look of that bike.
It's so good looking. You know, Jason said, you guys have inspired me so much to build my XR Pro, and he's still got a lot of building to do with it, and he wanted the WOLFTICK Nation's opinion on what fork should he go with. You can see there he's still rocking the stock fork. So if anybody has any kind of recommendations for Jason, help him out a little bit, guys. Maybe a headset. It's going to be a 34 to 34. But what kind of fork should he look at getting on that? I think he's got a D&M rear shock. He gave us a couple of upgrades here, but I don't know what he's run on the rear shock. I think it's a D&M. Anyway, he's got Jessica Ace Kit 780 millimeter bars. Sorry, Jason. He's got a wake stem, Shimano hydraulic brakes, and he's got 203 rotors, both front and rear, and he's got some extra large Rockbro pedals. But very good looking XR Pro. It really flows throughout, Jason. I like the build. I'm curious on what the WOLFTICK Nation is going to recommend as far as a fork goes. You know, maybe a Himelo. You know, you can't go wrong with Himelo.
Yeah, you can.
You can't go wrong with Himelo.
You can go completely wrong with it.
All right, now lastly, we have got old German Alfaro. He's been a part of the WOLFTICK Nation for a minute now. Homeboy's from the Dominican Republic, and he is rocking a Dolomite. Now, I don't know a lot of what's going on with this bike. I don't know who makes it. I don't know the size, but that is a cool looking bike. And you want to talk about a budget build? He bought this thing for $250 brand new. Wow. Yeah. He's got a Microshift Advent X group set, 11 to 48 tooth. He's done everything. Again, this is another build that's been inspired by our channel. He says he started watching, he just fell in love and took a whole bunch of ideas and kind of mixed them into with this bike. Yeah. He's got an IXF crankset. He's got the Maroka M4 hydraulic 4-piston brakes. Oh, hopefully he watched the second attempt on the brake lead.
Not the first.
Yeah. German Alfaro with his bike is sweet, man. He's also got a tubeless setup. Now he's got the Peak Goodyears, but I love the, my Goodyear Escapes. So I'm wondering if this is a 29er. I don't know. Let us know what size this bike is. It looks maybe like a 29er, but then the frame doesn't look all that big.
Well, it's hard to tell.
Very interesting looking bike. You see that Maroka there? And check out the fork. That's a ROCKSHOX Judy Silver TK. And Homeboy didn't tell us the damn size on the fork. It's a 29 or 27.5, so it's the mystery bike. But wake stem. Homeboy. Right? He's rocking the wake stem that we have. And also,
we have that exact wake stem.
Yes, that exact one. And check out his bars. Is that like an oil slick bar?
It looks oil slick.
Yeah, pretty cool build there. But yeah, that's the viewer's rides.
Well, good, and hopefully people watched and enjoyed and stayed on here the whole time and give a thumbs up. because I'm really wanting to be won over by, because I see how much work goes into. Look, I don't put a lot of work into it, but you do, and I know it stresses you out. So that's why I'm like, hey, if people really enjoy it, it's worth it. If they're not really enjoying it, then I think we can live without it.
Yeah, let me move this camera. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That was another WOLFTICK Videos episode. And please hit that like button. Share this video. Do all that stuff because we need this video to be a big one.
Share it would help.
We really need this video to be a big one because we've got Viewers Rides coming back. WOLFTICK Nation. We're doing a WOLFTICK Nation build. You guys now have options. We showed WOLFTICK Nation rides. I mean, what more could you ask for? A little bit of mail time? You know?
Oh, yeah,
something like that?
That'd be good.
I don't know.
I think a little bit.
Don't get greedy. All right. So, WOLFTICK Nation, appreciate you as always. Man, if you guys would like to help support the channel, you guys can definitely feel free to buy us a cup of coffee.
Yeah, we'll be doing a coffee shout out worked in with some work here pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely we'll be doing maybe on the next Ardor project, Veronica Corningstone, you never know. If you guys want to get a little bit more extra of this and also support, you guys can check out being a patron, becoming a patron.
If you can handle,
everybody's doing it, you know.
Greg did it, and boy, he loved it.
Yeah, hey, all your mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
We gotta get home. We gotta get over to Grandma's.
We gotta get Grandma's. That's why we're shooting this early. Happy Mother's Day, all you mothers out there. And Bike Chick, one of our patrons, a mother. Happy Mother's Day. Okay, and hey, look, all mothers, all they want for Mother's Day is for one, to be taken out to eat, and two, become a WOLFTICK Videos patron. That's what they want.
Randy would argue she's a mother with those dogs.
She's got too many dogs. Yeah. Anyway. So, all right, guys. Well,
those are her babies.
Those are my babies. We will catch you on the next one. Please like, please subscribe. WOLFTICK Nation, we will see you on the next one.
Yeah.